Hi, Whiz Kids. Yes, it's time for another Bible story from Brian. As you probably know by now, I tell the story from the point of view of somebody who may well have been at the time. This is a man called Jacob and his wife Naomi. I like a good wedding. Some are good, some are not so bad. You get to see all your friends, you see some family you haven't seen for a long time, and that can be boring. An auntie you haven't seen, since you were little, and all of a sudden, oh, it's nice to see you again. Oh, dear me, here she goes again. Anyway, we were invited to my wife's sister's daughter's wedding. Now, I haven't seen Rachel since she was, probably about 4 or 5 years old. So it would be nice to see her and see how she's grown up. Well, we arrived 2 or 3 days before the wedding, so I decided we could give them a hand. My wife helped her sister to get all the food and the decoration ready, and myself and my brother-in-law and a few of his mates decided just to tidy up the barn that we'd hired, and it needed cleaning. It was a mess, cobwebs everywhere, and yeah, they kept animals as well, so you can imagine it wasn't smelling very nice. Anyway, we decided to go and get the wine and some of the food for the wedding, so the girls could sort things out, ready for the feast. We went to the inn, and the innkeeper he's a nice man, but he was trying to sell us two types of wine. Now, normally what happens is at a wedding, they bring out all the good stuff at the beginning, give everybody a good taste of how life is. And then when they've had enough to drink, they'll bring out the rubbish near the end, because, quite honest, you can never tell the difference once you've had two or three anyway. So the wedding got underway, and my wife turned to me and said, "Hey, there's my cousin Mary. I haven't seen her since her and Joseph had their first son, Jesus, I think you call him. But anyway, I haven't seen him for, 30 years now, it must be. And she's just arrived with a son and his brothers and sisters." Well, my wife just sat talking to Mary for quite a while, and apparently this Jesus is some kind of travelling preacher. Well, another preacher. That's not what we need, I can tell you. Our rabbi keeps saying, "Don't worry, when the Messiah comes, everything will be fine." Well, I wish he'd hurry up. I mean, it's been years now. Well, the last time he was mentioned was, hang on, it must have been when Malachi was preaching. That's over 400 years. Oh, he's never going to come. But apparently there's a man baptizing people in the River Jordan, and he keeps saying, the Messiah is close at hand. In fact, he's here among you. Well, I've never seen him, and I was down there the other week. But a lot of people seem to know about what's happening down there. Anyway, the wedding got on, and everybody was full of happiness and joy, and the wine was flowing freely as it always does. And then we heard one of the ladies come across, and she said to my wife, she says, "They've run out of wine." Well, to run out of wine at a wedding is not a good idea. But anyway, Mary turned to Jesus and said, "They've run out of wine." And Jesus looked at his mum and said, "What's it got to do with me? Not my time, not my wedding." But anyway, Mary just looked at the men and said, "Do whatever he tells you." Anyway, Jesus turned to the men and said, you see those barrels over there? I mean, they were quite a depth, and they must have held 20 or 30 gallons of water. Top them up with water. All 6 of them. Yes, all 6 of them. Fill them up with water. Right to the top. So they went away and did that. And Jesus said to one of the stewards, now take out a jugful and take it to the head steward. So he did that. Drove it out. And he took it across to the steward and he poured a little bit into a glass. And he went, that's nice. In fact, it's better than what we've just had. And he said to the bridegroom, and the father of the bride, you know, what normally happens is, you know, bring out the poorer wine, you know, the cheap stuff later on. But you kept the good stuff to now. This is even better. This is the good wine. Well, I was sat there and I was thinking, I said about this Messiah, I wish he'd come, because my religion's dry, boring, same thing week after week. And then I heard this about this new wine, the best wine. And I thought, well, that's what I want in my life. I want this new, fresh wine. Well, so we all get a bit dry and a bit bored with church and things like that. It's only Jesus who can bring us the real good wine now. Fresh wine. Fresh from the kingdom of heaven. Go on, kids. Just have a look at Jesus and see what he can do for you to give you the good life, the good wine now.